Welcome to the Redefine Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about network marketing. That's right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Well, for a couple of reasons. I just literally finished the Redefine Network Marketing event. I'm recording this on the same afternoon. I'm still actually wearing the same clothes. So, I wanted to talk about it. It's fresh on my mind. I didn't want to actually talk about that particular event because I want to give myself time to digest it and synthesize the experience and process my emotional state. However, the topic of network marketing is still very fresh in my mind because of that, and also because I saw a post recently from a colleague on my social feed, and they were talking about network marketing, and so I want to dive into this particular post and give you my reaction to it. The post started off with saying, okay, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. And attached to it was, a graphic or a photo, a Photoshop of an elephant. It was a really nice photo, and it was a really great post. But that initial hook was very catchy, and so I read on, like, what's the elephant in the room that this individual wants to talk about? Turns out, network marketing, right? It was network marketing, and how this individual felt like they needed to justify their network marketing career, right? Like that for a lot of audiences, maybe even their audience, network marketing is still frowned upon. And so, the post was really claiming it and owning it and being proud of being a network marketer. And I applaud that. Like, I love the openness of the conversation and the fact that she's not hiding behind the fact that this is something that not only that she does, but she's very proud of what she does. My take is this: the fact that we still need to have this conversation is really important. It's really very telling, right? And this is not the first post that I've seen talk about this, right? This is not the first of these kinds of posts that I've seen in the past. And I'm not talking about long time ago. I'm talking about recent history. I see this pretty regularly on my feed. I'm connected to a lot of network marketers. I'm glad that network marketers are willing to do this. I'm glad that they are willing to take ownership and pride and have pride behind what they do. But the fact that we need to have this continual conversation of justifying and validating our profession, it just goes to show. Well, for me, it goes to show that there's still something wrong. Right? There's still something wrong. Like, if we need to defend it and explain to people that it is legitimate and that we have pride in what we do because we make a difference in people's lives, then there's a sector of the population that believes otherwise. And so we have to really, I think for me, it gets me into thinking that, well, okay, so why does a big sector of the population believe otherwise, right? Believe that it's not a valid and relevant profession. It's not a real thing, right? Why do people think this way? Is the profession itself inherently bad? I mean, I don't think so, right? Like, obviously, I've been doing this for more than 17 years, and I've seen it transform not only my life and my family's lives, but the lives of countless thousands of people, even in just my own organization. So the profession itself isn't broken. I think it's how we practice, right? How we operate. It's the way we do business that really is the cause and the root of why why the profession of network marketing still gets a bad rap, right? And I've talked about this in the sense of what, like, recruiting is the root of it, and I've realized recently it's not so much recruiting either, right? It's how we practice recruiting. Right? Yeah, of course, it's a big part of our model, building a downline and bringing people into our teams and onboarding people into the business. But it's how we do it that leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. So it's how we build our businesses ultimately that reflects in the public. And if we are primarily focused on the business opportunity and recruiting people, again, it's not the recruitment that's bad. It's the fact that that's the business model. It's the fact that it's the primary thing, and it's the fact, like, because it's the primary thing, how some people practice it and it being the, the ultimate and end outcome, and the only thing that network marketers go after. Of course, I'm speaking in generalities, but if it's the main conversation, then yeah, of course it can go south, it can go sideways, because there are people that just want the shortest route to profit, right? And as a result, there's a lot of bridges burnt. There's a lot of people that get left in the dust, and there's a lot of unfulfilled promises. So I get it. I get it. If we really want to fix this, it's not a matter, it's more, we have to do more than just publicly validating our profession, right? And publicly proclaiming that you're proud of it. We actually have to change our practices. We have to change what we do. We have to change what we're focusing on. And I know this is going to be a very difficult transition, because I mean, change is difficult. And if, like with the mission of trying to change the trajectory of an entire profession, an entire industry, it's going to take some work. But that's what the Redefine Network Marketing event was all about. That's what the Redefine Network Marketing mission is all about, right? It's a movement of really helping network marketers understand that it's more than just telling people and explaining to them why we're valid. It's practicing it in a different way so that people don't feel bad about interacting with network marketers. The main thing is learn marketing. Learn marketing. It's really that simple. If we stop talking about recruiting, and if we really focus on marketing and customer acquisition and customer sales, then there's not going to be that coercion. There's not going to be that convincing people to do anything that they don't want to do, right? We can create marketing for ourselves as independent business owners, independent distributors, that will generate customer sales, and that will be the income. Now, of course, it depends on the company, right? Companies have to adjust their compensation plans to account for this, but I think companies are starting to get wise to that, right? And they're making the changes. It's just up to us how we want to practice, right? And I still see recruiting being the primary thing. I still see the business opportunity and the income potential being the main pitch, the USP. Of course it's not going to be legitimate, especially in the eyes of the regulators, right? If all it is a money-making game, then what's the business? It's not a business at all, and no wonder people don't think that we're legitimate. So if we move to a more of a marketing model, again, that's what Redefine is all about, then it will make a big difference to helping legitimize our profession in the eyes of the general public, right? So now that I've taught that course, and again, I'll talk about it more in tomorrow's episode and give you my reflection on it, understand it's just the beginning, right? My whole purpose behind the Redefine Network Marketing movement is to create a movement. And so beyond the live course, there's going to be more resources coming down the line that will help you explain to your team and to your organization, even to your corporate office, that this is the change that we need to make, right? So it's an ongoing conversation, but just understand it's time. It's time, and I've talked about this before in past episodes. If we don't make this change, we're going to go extinct. It's simple as that. There's no amount of us telling the public that we're, legitimate and that it's a real business that makes a difference in people's lives. We can scream that from the rooftops all day long, but they're not going to believe us unless we start practicing our business in a different way, right? So that's the message for today. Stay tuned. That's what I meant to say. Stay tuned. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the show, if you're not following the show, hit the plus sign on the top of the app and hit subscribe in the if you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, because if this is something that really strikes your fancy and strikes your interest, I want to have more conversations with you. Right? So keep following and come join the movement when you're ready, because it's a big movement and we're going to need your help. So anyways, more on that very, very soon. I'll talk about the Redefine event and give you my reflections in tomorrow's episode. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.